The following podcast was recorded on May 3rd, 2019.
Bulletcast for life.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Podfather. You know why I'm here, to bring you that incredible PEA, Performance Enhancing Audio. May 3rd, 2019. Here we go. My recap of All Pro Wrestling May Day took place in the Pekeli Event Center in Daly City. I always like that venue. You know, I believe I met Emma there, met Cody Rhodes there. The 450 Martin Street Boys and Girls Club venue is where I met Booker T, but I like the Pekeli Event Center. It has a special place in my heart. Alright, so here we go. It started off the night with Mike Miller cutting a promo saying how he's going to find somebody to chop down JR Kratos, and so he introduces Funny Bone. Funny Bone is kind of a Finn Balor, Demon, a Jace, I guess you could say. Yeah, Funny Bone also very big in what's that what is that? Hood Slam, there we go. Couldn't think of it for a second, but here we go. So the former God of War, JR Kratos, up against Funny Bone. The match starts with Bone hitting 3 suicide dives before the bell even rings. The encounter starts, not the match, sorry. They fight on the outside. Bone gives some pretty stiff chops to Kratos. Kratos hits a power slam followed by an X-Plex and then a normal suplex for a 2 count. Bone hits a double stomp onto the back of the head of JR Kratos. Kratos kicks out of 2. Bone hits V-trigger-like maneuvers, and then Bone kicks out of a one-arm powerbomb. Kratos hits a wheelbarrow suplex for the 1-2-3. Kratos goes over Funny Bone. That was a nice opener. You know, Kratos had the crowd behind him. Alright, moving on, we have a 6-pack challenge. My boy DJ Fresh, friend of the podcast, versus Papa Esco, the big fat boy, versus Kowjak, versus the world's tallest cruiserweight D-Rogue, versus RJ Santos, first time seeing this guy in action, and versus Dom Kubrick, first time seeing him in action also. So this was weird. It's a 6-pack challenge, but they were tagging in and out. But towards the end of the match, it became it was contested how the match should have gone. So here we go. Kubrick and Rogue start the match by tagging in. Yeah, big question mark there. Kubrick smacks the booty of Rogue. Literally, it's 2019, people. It's okay. Santos gets the tag and then impresses the crowd with his unique arsenal. Then Fresh gets tagged in, and he has a nice exchange with Santos. Fat Boy and Jack get in the ring together after getting rid of the smaller men in the match. Kubrick suicide dives onto Jack. Rogue dives over the top rope, and then my boy Fresh hits a crossbody off the top rope, and then Papa Esco hits a senton onto his opponents off of the apron. The match ends with Kowjak hitting his finishing maneuver. I can't remember what it was at the moment, but Papa Esco pushes Jack out of the ring and steals the victory. Alright, moving on from that, Brian Zane from Wrestling with Regret, the YouTube celebrity. He actually, if you go back and watch the DJ Fresh interview, he makes an appearance in the background holding up his Wrestling with Regret championship. But, you know, the Bulletcast title is way better. I mean, just look at it. I'm looking at it right now. It looks phenomenal. Moving on from that, Brian Zane cuts a promo hyping up Levi Shapiro, former member of the Classic Connection, an old school wrestler. So here we go. Levi Shapiro versus Stryker. I can't pronounce his last name, but I know he used to go by the Chocolate Poppy when he was using the Bobby Brown entrance theme. I can't remember what it was exactly. But here we go. Chocolate Poppy comes out of the gate with the hot offense and a suicide dive to top it off. The two have a nice exhibition for quite a while. Levi misses a diving headbutt. Stryker dives on both Levi and Zane. Levi beats Stryker with the claw. As Levi gives Stryker a chair shot to the head, APW Internet Champion Will Hobbs comes out to confront a cowardly Shapiro. That's really all that happened there. So probably a future APW Internet title match could be in Levi Shapiro's future if he has a match with Hobbs sometime down the road. All right, the future Dave Dutra goes up against Bison Braddock. I think this was the workhorse match of the night. So here we go. The match starts with a strong tie-up. Bison takes multiple knee shots to the face. Bison hits Dutra with a very dangerous-looking pop-up powerbomb. I was a little worried for Dave's safety there. And then with a hard clothesline, Dutra delivers a nice snap German suplex. Dutra misses a diving elbow and quickly recovers for the 1, 2, 3. This match was very hard-hitting, quick-paced in most aspects of it. Bison Braddock, he looks like, I don't know, I've often heard people say when he wears the long tights, he looks like a mixture of Chris Benoit and Sami Zayn. I know somebody in the crowd once called him Sammy Benoit, so... But, yeah, I mean, he does look like Chris Benoit. The guy can work, so I really love his matches. There's an intensity to him. The Reject, Bison Braddock, I hope to get an interview with him sometime down the road. I want to talk to the guy, get to know him. He seems like a really great guy, but an incredible worker. So is Dutra. All right, next up, Bad Boys Inc. versus Will Hobbs, Marcus Lewis, Johnny Dynamo, and Warpig. Lewis and Hobbs, coming back together. Maybe it was those interviews I did with them. They realized, hey, we got to get back together for the one night. You never know. I'm joking. All right, so Hobbs starts the match off with Dominic Texteria of Bad Boys Inc. Then Boyce LeGrande, the Dynamite champion, hops in the match as he gets tagged in. Hobbs appears to be too much to handle, so wrestling personified Rick Luxury tags himself in. And then a Lion Power reunion as Hobbs tags in former partner Marcus Lewis. A fan favorite, Johnny Dynamo gets in the match. The Filipino Dream sings Careless Whisper to the ring. Love it. Love everything about it. And works LeGrande. Alright, after 10 elbow drops in succession, Dynamo goes to the top rope, but LeGrande moves out of the way. Then Willpower runs wild, brother. Hobbs takes out all of Bad Boys Inc. Marcus Lewis starts chopping Texteria like he's Ric Flair in 1989. Then hits a beautiful tope con hilo to the outside on Bad Boy Inc. And then referee Charlie, the 16-year-old referee Charlie, I saw him at the last event I went to with Brandon, and he did a dive off of the top rope onto the outside. We called him Young Boy then, but now he has a name. He was referee at the Gym Wars a few weeks ago, and now he's doing this. So, congrats to the kid. So yeah, he hits a Trouble in Paradise on Lucian Light, the manager of Bad Boys Inc. And then an assisted splash from Hobbs helps Hobbs team get the win. And then Rick Luxury says, he challenges Charlie to a match at Bay Area Bash. I think it's I want to say it's June 15th. Let me be perfectly clear on that one. Yeah, June 15th. It is June 15th, Bay Area Bash. He says he's going to kick his little ass, and then Charlie accepts. So, Rick Luxury versus Charlie. That's going to be an interesting one. Bay Area Bash is the night of the Perfect 10. Ty Dillinger, also known as Sean Spears, will be in attendance. So go check that out. All right, next up, the Snapper, the Snap King, Steve Tresario versus Puma King. Puma King's theme song is not what you would think, but it works for him. So the opening of this match was more like the Cruiserweight Lucha Libre style of wrestling. King kicks Steve in the ass, literally, and then dives on the outside of the ring. Steve hits his version of the BME, best moonsault ever, for a very close 2 count. Puma King wins with a top rope sit-out powerbomb. Puma King, very charismatic, very erratic in his performance, so shout out PK. Alright, and what I thought was the main event of the show, Alex Hammerstone of the Dynasty from MLW Major League Wrestling versus the current reigning, defending All-Pro Wrestling Universal Champion, the real Universal Champion, Jacob Fatu, the Samoan Werewolf. Alright, so here we go. The crowd was clearly behind Fatu, chanting whatever he would say. Alex starts calling all of the guys in the crowd soy boys. Don't know what it is, but I kind of like it. Both men pandered to the crowd a lot during this match. Alex hits a very nice missile drop kick off of the top rope. Alex gets knocked over the top rope and quickly stops Fatu from diving to the outside with a kick to Fatu's head. Fatu delivers a massive super kick to Alex Hammerstone. Hammerstone feigns an injury and then chop blocks. Fatu then starts doing the Irish jig like he's Becky Lynch in NXT in 2013. All right, Fatu sells his injured leg. Alex hits a standing drop kick, very impressive, kind of like an Randy Orton standing drop kick. Alex then blocks the handspring moonsault with his knees from Fatu. Fatu delivers super kicks and says, "Alex, fuck this mother." He says, "Alex, no, fuck you, motherfucker." And then he gets hit with the German suplex. Fatu hits the Samoan spike a la Umaga for the 1-2-3. After that, Marcus Mack, owner and promoter of All Pro Wrestling, comes out and introduces Jacob Fatu with the newly minted All Pro Wrestling Universal title. They are retiring the old design. I love the old design. I did, but I didn't really get a chance to get a close-up look of the new Universal title. So at the next APW show, hopefully I can see it. But yeah, so over the last year, All Pro Wrestling has picked up new designs for their championships. You know, the Junior Heavyweight title just got a new one. They got a new Worldwide Internet title, unfortunately, because somebody decided to be an ass and take the original one. The tag team titles, they look like the former WWE tag titles of the late 80s and all throughout the 90s, so you know that's cool. And then now the new Universal title, so it's a really new era for APW. I'm happy for him, man. I really am. I'm excited. Alright, next up we have Adam Thornstone and Lester the Legend, Reno Scum, successfully retaining their All Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championship. They go up against APW Junior Heavyweight Champion Jungle Boy and then Superstar Jake Atlas. The last time Daly City hosted All Pro Wrestling, Jake Atlas was announced to be in the King of the Indies tournament coming up in July of this year. So here we go. Jungle Boy and Atlas get attacked right off the bat before the bell. Atlas hits Adam with a handstand hurricanrana. Jungle Boy, after a long beatdown, tags out of the match. Atlas has a nice showing before Adam made him look stupid on the ring apron. Going for a super kick, Atlas covering his head, then he just gets super kicked in the knee and bounces off of the apron. Alright. Jungle Boy and Atlas start to gain a little bit of momentum back in the match, but Reno Scum quickly recover and get back on track. Jungle Boy hits a slingshot cutter on Adam Thornstone, which looked pretty sick. And then Reno Scum hits their tag team maneuver where Lester the Legend has them in a wheelbarrow position, and Adam Thornstone dives off of the top rope and hits a double stomp coup de grace onto the back of Jungle Boy's head, and Reno Scum gets a big win. So after that, Jungle Boy was like, "Hey man, where were you?" to Jake Atlas, and Jake was like, "I was on the outside," and Jungle Boy pushes him, Jake pushes him, they push each other, and then Marcus Max said, "Hey, you guys aren't going to do this shit right here. You know, you guys are going to do this-ish at Bay Area Bash for the Junior Heavyweight title." So he didn't really say that. I just assumed that's going to be on the line. And then Jake Atlas just smacked the current AEW talent Jungle Boy right in the face. I'm like, oh, you can't be doing that to him. You know. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to play out moving forward. But yeah, that wraps it up, man. APW May Day. I love their shows, man. Really excited for everything APW is doing as of late. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you're listening to this right now, Patreon. You know, it was there days before it was released on SoundCloud and all the other platforms and YouTube. So I hope you guys truly did enjoy this APW May Day. Great show. Marcus Mack, I love what you're doing. I love all the talent on the card. Fatu, the two fresh guys, Hobbs, Lion, Bad Boys Inc., War Pig. Everybody who performed on the card does perform for APW. Top notch all the time. Alright guys, that is going to do it for me. Ta-ta for now.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.